Hello angels! Wanted to chat today a bit about how to become more feminine and romanticize our everyday lives, and just some little things that you can do that are very easy to make your everyday life more enjoyable, feel more girly, feel more in touch with your feminine side. So let's get started. So one of my first recommendations is right here, and it's basically having fresh flowers all the time. So I want you to guess, take a look, how much did both of them cost combined? You're probably thinking, like, if this was a floral arrangement you would get outside. I took away the wrapping paper because I was changing the water for it, but both of these combined was $30 because I got the hydrangeas for 10 bucks at Costco and the stargazer lily for 10 bucks, and then a dozen tulips for 10 as well, and I split them among these two vases. And then I just went into kind of the neighborhood and got a few calla lilies that I put here as well. So all of like these gorgeous flowers combined is only 30 USD, and I know Trader Joe's, like, if you don't want so many flowers and you just want them, for one smoke bouquet, it should be even less than that if all you need is one. I really feel that having fresh flowers in your room or in your space with you at all times is so worth it. And I used to think, what's the point in getting fresh flowers if they just die right away all the time? But actually, as long as you take good care of them, they should be able to last up to even 14 days. And so if you get them, even a couple times a year, it doesn't add up to too much. You don't have to get a big arrangement like this. Even you can just get like, $5.99, like a little set of tulips or something from Trader Joe's, and just leave it in a vase in your area. It really brightens up the space. You can smell it every time you walk into your room, and it's just so nice. It makes me so happy. So I really think it's extremely worth it. And it's just a fun, girly thing to do. There's different flowers available every season, and so it really helps you be able to welcome in the season, like welcome in spring with them, spring flowers and summer flowers, etc. I really love it. And as a bonus, if you're able to do pretty, somewhat okay floral arrangements like this, it's actually a really good skill to have, because anytime your friends have events or parties or anything, this is a great gift to give, because it cost like $30 for me to make both of these bouquets. But if you wanted to buy floral arrangements like this, it's probably like 60 bucks each. And so it's a skill that's very valuable that your friends and just anyone around you, for like birthdays or anniversary or anything like that, like your friends will really appreciate it. For Valentine's or graduation or anything like that, it's a super great gift. So the next girly habit that I highly recommend is actually loungewear. And so by that I don't mean, like buying specialized loungewear to wear around the house, but rather, for me, growing up with a cultural background, it's very normal. Just any of your really old clothes, you would retire them and turn them into your new pajamas. So what that meant in practice is every time I came home, I would immediately change into clothes, which are like a really baggy hoodie that's maybe neon colored, like not very nice looking at all, and some just really baggy, ugly pants. But what I realized is when you're casually at home but still wearing either a cute activewear or a cute little dress or something really cute that makes you feel happy and proud of yourself and put together, it actually helps a lot. Like for me, I like to spend a lot of time just at home doing my own thing, like doing schoolwork or this or that. And what I realized is if I'm wearing like a really cute outfit, it really does help me to be able to feel like my life is put together and therefore be able to get more done. And it just, when you feel put together, then you're able to act put together. So I would say it's really worth it. You don't have to do full makeup or anything like I did today, but just wearing a cute, casual, and comfortable outfit when you're at home and studying or doing work, it really does make a huge difference. The next tip I have is actually posture and how you hold yourself, even when there's no one around to watch. So by posture, of course, I'm talking about in terms of, your shoulders. Hold your head high, have your shoulders back instead of being hunched all the time. It really, like when you have good posture, you feel like you have more confidence too. So it truly is a big difference. And the other part I would say is, I believe, deportment. And so what that means is when you're moving around, instead of moving like really anxious or having this jittery energy, you don't know what you're doing, you're moving around quickly, like you're in a hurry. Instead, take a deep breath and move around slowly and make sure your gestures are kind of smooth and slow, and you're more like you have time. Everything is okay, you're not in a rush, there is no anxiety that you need to be having or anything like that. Instead, all you need to do is just take your time. You have all the time in the world, and you feel really good when you're able to just move around slowly and take your time and be more smooth and fluid about how you move around the world. So I think this is a tip that I'm still working on as well, but it is really, really helpful. I think when your external self and movements are slow and peaceful and calm and relaxed, your internal self is able to learn that and reflect that as well. The next really tip to romanticize your life that I recommend is perfume. And so this is just a perfume bottle of mine that I really love, and I find it's really nice to not save your scents for special occasions. So for me, I rarely, to be honest, leave the house. I really mostly am an introvert and like to stay home. I don't really like to party or go to too many social events. So in the past, even though I would collect this, beautiful perfumes or really fun perfume samples I'd want to try, I would have this scarcity mindset that, oh, I need to save it for a special occasion when I'm going to see other people so other people can smell it on me. But actually, I realized I have so many perfume samples. Like, aside from this bottle, I have so many, like, oh my gosh, so many tiny little samples. You can see here, there's so many tiny little samples that I have. I realized there's really no reason for me to have that scarcity mindset and to ration these perfumes and perfume samples, because realistically, you'll never finish it anyway. And so nowadays, even if I have no plans to leave the house, I have no makeup on, none of that, I'll still put on, a few sprays of perfume just so I can smell it myself. It makes you happy throughout the day to try on whatever scent is maybe showing the vibe that you want to have for the day. Like if you're feeling fresh and girly, if you're feeling a bit down, maybe you could do a citrus scent that has more of a sunshiny feel to it, which always makes me really, really happy. If it's really cold, maybe I'll choose like a heavier, more gourmand sort of scent that helps me feel a bit warmer and cozier. So I think it's a really fun and really good way to spice up your day, to choose up different perfumes or try different samples until you figure out what your signature scent is like. So it's something that's really fun, and I can't believe this whole time I've just been collecting like tiny little perfume samples and sometimes splurging for a giant bottle of perfume that I will just have sit and I'll never use. So now I really enjoy just every day, no matter what. It's my habit to just spray some on and just enjoy it, even if it's just for myself. I don't have to do it for other people. It's totally fine if I do it just for myself. It's still worth it. And the other issue that I remember what happened to me is when I wanted to spray it up to save that perfume for special occasions, because I didn't have the habit to put it on in practice. Whenever I went out to events or to see people or to just be social, I would actually forget the perfume anyway because it just wasn't part of my habit. Another really key habit of mine that really helped me feel more like a princess and feel more girly and put together and in touch with my feminine self is actually keeping clean and tidy. So you wouldn't believe it, but I used to be a really messy person. I used to, never make my bed, which nowadays I get a lot of fun from just making my bed. I don't know if you can tell, like a little heart-shaped pillow on top of, all the other pillows, and it's just such a fun thing. And, I used to be just really not, and, I used to be just not the cleanest person, and since then I learned a lot about keeping my room and my space tidy and throwing the trash when it needs to be thrown, keeping the clutter to relatively a minimum and stuff like that. And what I found is that it really does make a change to your mindset as well. like when you're looking around and there's all this clutter around you, it really gives your mind clutter as well, and it just makes you feel bad, right? So I really like to start the day with a really small win too. There's a really well-known author and podcaster who talks about this. His name is Tim Ferriss, and he says he always has like 3 to 5 goals for the day, and if he gets just 2 or 3 of them done, he'll be really happy with himself for that day. And one of those goals is just making his bed. So if he wakes up first thing in the morning, all he has to do is just make his bed, and that already you get a small win from your day. And I really resonate with that, because when I wake up, sometimes you don't have a good mood. Sometimes maybe you have like seasonal depression or anything like that going on. And just the act of having a routine every morning and making your bed, making things look nice, having a small win for that day that you can rely on every single day. Like that routine helps me get in the mindset of getting things done. It's this really easy thing. It takes a minute or two to do it, but it really helps you to feel better about yourself. You really feel like a princess when you're just in your really clean room. Everything is tidy, the bed is made, the closet is relatively organized, and your drawers, like your tabletops, are free of clutter. It's just a really nice feeling, and I love it. And finally, the last girly, feminine, romanticizing life tip of mine is actually a really cute water bottle or really cute drinks to have. And I totally get it if you're like not a matcha girl, you're more of a like coffee girl, or even you're more of a Coca-Cola girl, anything like that. Like, I really get it. Just imagine the feeling of opening a Coca-Cola bottle and drinking straight from that versus all you have to do is pour it into a really nice glass like this. And I feel like it immediately elevates the experience with you barely have done any extra work. So I just really love having a few, nice pretty glasses or bottles to put my drinks into nowadays. I feel like it really elevates the experience of just any drink that you're having. And it just really helps me feel put together, be able to mindfully and slowly drink my various drinks that I enjoy, really enjoy the process of, let's say, making a matcha for myself, making a collagen coffee with some coconut milk for myself, and even, some things like a teacup, for example. Like, I have this teacup that comes with a matching holder. I showed where I got it from another video, but it just makes me feel so dainty when I'm drinking from this cutesy little cup. Like, I really, really love it. And I would just say, like, no matter what the drink that you prefer is, like, let's say if you always drink from just a regular water bottle, like, imagine you instead pour the water just out of that same water bottle and into a reusable glass. Like, there's no extra waste if you would use the water bottle or tap water or filter water anyways. But drinking from something like this, as opposed to drinking from a plastic water bottle, just really feels different. It elevates the experience, right? It's a very tiny shift in your life, but I truly feel like if you just always make it a habit to drink and even eat from plates or dishes that are aesthetic, and take the time to put it together and make it look nice, it really makes you feel nice as well. It makes you feel like it's a little more bougie, more fun, even though the cost and the amount of waste you generate is really the same. And also, I would say this extends to packaged food as well. Like, let's say, like, I really get it, you love to eat microwave meals. Like, you don't have time to cook, you just like to buy a frozen meal and just microwave it. I used to eat all of my frozen meals just in the, kind of ugly little microwave package they would give you. Like, let's say you're eating a breakfast burrito, I would just eat it from the plastic packaging that you rip it out of. But that just makes you feel like you're eating fast food. It gives a fast food experience, and it's just not as, girly or dainty or refined in terms of the feeling. So what I really like to do to just make things feel more girly and romanticized and kind of pretend that I'm eating at a nice restaurant is I have a few dishes that are really pretty and cute that I love. And even if I'm just eating a microwave meal, like I'm just microwaving everything, I'll try to be my own little Michelin star chef and plate everything nicely into these, one or two couple like cutesy artistic plates that I collect from different places, like even Goodwill or anything like that. And it immediately elevates the experience so much just to eat from your own little cute plates, dishes, drink from your own little cups that you collect. I really feel like it's that small shift, doesn't take any extra time in throughout your day, but it truly makes a difference in how you feel about yourself, and it just elevates the vibe that you have around you.